What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back to talk once again about the Infinity Watch and specifically on Arena. I'm going to present to you a few details that can increase your chances of winning on attack and a few details that increase your chances of winning on defense. There are a few subtle things like the positioning of the characters, the ISO weight combinations for attack and for defense, which character to focus on first, and a few other things. And if you like the information on this video, like always, share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment below letting me know what you think about these extra details. Okay, so I made a video about this last week or something like this. It got a few thousand views on how to defeat the Infinity Watch. Now, in that video, I omitted some information that I was looking to see what was the response of the community, if someone would notice that or not, or if some of the other content creators would realize that it was not the most optimal way to defeat the Infinity Watch or not. And that detail, and so far from the content creators I have watched, only Mobile Gamer OMG did it different and did the correct way, and is to target Nebula first. And the reason why you want to target Nebula first is not only because of the assists, but is also because of the dodges, which prevent a lot of damage, also because of the counters, which prevent a lot of damage as well, and also because of the heal block. In my other video I said that you should target Kestrel first because of the drain mechanic, and that's fine, it's okay, but it's not the best way. You want to get rid of the Nebula with all the assists and so on, because that will deactivate tons and tons of damage that this team can provide. And on top of that, if your team has heal block, there is no point on removing the drain, because the drain is not gonna work. So I tried out to see what people would say, if someone would notice this. There was a few content creators that I've watched, for example Philosopher, that they didn't even thought about this. So it's a very important point that I just left out from my other video to see how people would react to it. And in this video we are going to talk about positionings and ISO weight. A few people also told me to make a video about every character with Striker except Nebula, because it was the Casino recommendation and many people saw that video and so on. And we are going to talk about that as well. Okay, so first we are going to talk about the team in terms of positioning for defense and the ISO weight that you should have for defense. And this only applies if you can pay with your resources, if you have the extra ions to spend on the team. If you don't have the extra ions, then forget about it, just use whichever you prefer. But for defense, if you want to play optimally, the ISO weight that you want to have is Striker on Gamora and on Adam Warlock, Skirmisher on Nebula, obviously, but then you want Phyla-Vell and Moondragon to have Fortifier. This will grant them extra shield, and whenever the buffs are removed, they will still have the minor defense up. That will reduce the damage by 25% and also increase their resistance and armor by 25%. So they will get a lot more tankier, and this is whenever they have a turn, so it's quite formidable. And because that situation of the heal block, the drain will not work. So the heal block from Nebula and from Gamora will not prevent the barrier that these other characters have. So this is going to be very important. Now, in terms of the positioning of the characters, you can see that my characters for offense have one positioning, but my characters for defense have another positioning. So if the optimal strategy is to attack Nebula, then you want to have her far away from fragile characters and the characters that you don't want to die soon. But if you get rid of Nebula and her heal block, then the drain from Phyla-Vell becomes more important. If you get rid of the heal block, drain more important. And then we also have the healer, and Moondragon is a little bit more tankier than Phyla-Vell, so you want to have this positioning in terms to protect these two characters. And we also have Adam Warlock, that you don't want to kill Adam Warlock, because if he dies he's going to clear all the negative effects from the entire team and apply a bunch of buffs. So in this way, if you target Nebula, you always provide splash damage to these two, and it's not only the ability of them to revive, it's also that they will buff and clear positive effects, negative effects from the team, and so on. So this is the optimal way to have for defense, and if you can afford the Ions, Fortifier for these two, and they will have a lot more survivability. The positioning of the characters, you want to have Nebula in... If most people learn about this strategy and they focus on Nebula, you'll have better results if she's between Gamora and Adam Warlock, because like this there will be the counters, and the counters will attack their team, and that will give you higher chances of winning, because this is the highest damage dealer characters. And this is a myth that Phyla-Vell has the best attack in the game. Sort of is true, but that's because of her passive. It's not just by in itself, and it's quite irrelevant, because with all that base damage she's not doing much, and Gamora and Adam Warlock are way more dangerous with their counters than Phyla-Vell is. So this is another thing that to keep in mind. So in terms of positioning and ISO weight and so on for defenses, this is how you'll get the best results. Okay, so just to justify myself, so I'm at rank 5 and I have all my attacks, and I also, you can see from my results that I have been getting first and second pretty often. So here first, here second, and here second again, third, and second again, first again, and this was the only time that I got 6 because I couldn't play at all, and that was pretty much it. So very good results with this strategy. Now in terms of offense, we have to play it quite differently. On offense is not so irrelevant, and the same way you don't want your Nebula to get focused on and to take as least damage as possible. So instead of having her here on the second position, you want her to be in a corner. Phyla-Vell, the same thing, you want her to be in a corner, and then Moondragon, Adam Warlock and Gamora can stay in the middle, and that's just fine. Another thing that I have to mention about defense, and this is when you are attacking the team, you never want to have your Nebula in a corner, because like this, when the other team attack, they can remove all the dodges that your Nebula just gave to them. So always keep Nebula on position number 2 or number 4. On number 5 or number 3, it's okay, it's decent, it's just not, in my opinion, the best. So Nebula number 2 or number 4 in terms of defensive positions, and Nebula in terms of offensive positions, you went on number 5 or on number 1. Okay, so that's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. So let's get started and see this strategy in action. I'm gonna attack the strongest guy on my arena shard, 746,000. It's a 20k punch up, so nothing special. And he has most characters at 7 yellow stars, but he has the 3 core, the new ones, at 6 yellow stars. My Phyla-Vell unfortunately is a little bit too weak, but it will be fine. Okay, so here I'm using All Striker as a weight, like people ask me to do it, and just Nebula as a skirmisher, once again with the best positioning in order to protect Phyla-Vell and Nebula. So let's get started and let's see how it goes. Once again, the strategy of that you need to use for the optimal results, focus on Nebula as much as possible. You really want to get rid of her as fast as possible. This will prevent the counters, the dodges, the heal block, and also the assists with extra isolate attacks. So she's in the corner, so this guy made me a favor. I do my dodges. You can also do the special here since you are the first attacking, but like this it's fine. So you can use the counters and you'll clear all those deflects. So if some people say, oh, it's a coin flip and so on. Yes, it's a coin flip, but you can prevent some results. On first move, if you are first, you can do the special and get the counters, and like this you'll be able to clear all their dodges much easier. Okay, so keep focusing on that Nebula. For some reason we didn't got the extra attack, and hopefully we'll get her first life. Let's see. Okay, so here, because I don't have any negative effects, I'm just going to use the basic and that's it. So her first life is gone. Now she has defense up, death proof, and that thing. Now here I like to slow down Gamora to prevent as much damage as possible. Turn rewinder, and then we go back to Nebula and get rid of her second life. They turn rewind our Phyla-Vell, that's fine. And now let's do this one. Try to get rid of her, so she's gone. And now you win the game. So now we want to prevent their drain. We already prevent all that damage. Now we are going to take care of their survivability. Now you want to apply stun always to Adam Warlock so he doesn't stun your team. This is kind of a coin flip, but you have to deal with that. And that's it. So he was stunned. Now we get rid of Phyla-Vell. I'm gonna use let's use the basic just to make sure. And now we can use the mind control on Moondragon. Apply her some bleeds, assist, offense down, and some more attacks. And now the basic, that's fine. And now we can slice through. Now let me see the second attack. Okay, so after you defeat Nebula, you want to attack Phyla-Vell. After you want to attack Moondragon, and then you want to attack Gamora. Now to make this really optimal, you need to kill Gamora and Adam Warlock at the same time. So whenever you kill one, the abilities of the other one will not interfere with you. But in this situation we are going to apply ability block on Adam Warlock, and he should survive. Yes, okay, so I still didn't use any of my abilities with my Phyla-Vell, so let's use the shield just for the lols and finish off Gamora. And now because we didn't kill Adam Warlock, we can focus on Gamora. And this is what you need to do. You want to stun Adam Warlock so he doesn't do anything funny, and then you want to ability block him. And now he's going to have his turn, or in this case we are going to kill him. And as soon as he has his turn, the taunt is gone, so you can finish off Gamora, and that's it. So now we kill him because unfortunately he just went too low, and now he just cleared. The taunt is gone either way. Even if he survives, the taunt is gone. And now we finished off Gamora, and that's it. So step by step, this is the most optimal way to defeat the Infinity Watch. And if you want to increase your chances of winning, you need to use the positioning of the characters and the isolate and all those things that I mentioned before. And yes, there is no more optimal way to defeat in a mirror match. You have to do exactly this, and you'll get great results. I just show you. It's my first attack, and I'm on rank 2, and this is where I want to stay, between rank 2 and rank 1. Rank 1 sometimes gets too much attention, so I prefer to stay rank 2, rank 3 maybe. Depends of the day of the week, and that's pretty much it. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is more advanced strategies in order for you to optimize the success rate of your Infinity Watch on defense and also on offense. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. And if you like the information on this video, like always, share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.